today I want to get back into oaths and covenants. Before I do that, we did have confirmation of a renewed crescent last night. The water rabah for Naraya's posting update. I lost track. I thought last night was our third Shabbat. And I was telling my wife we have one more, and then I think we're going to have Saturday as our new cycle, and all praises for having soldiers on the battlefield with us. So last night was our last Shabbat, and we had multiple witnesses that a renewed crescent was confirmed last night, and that's, of course, tied to our promise that we are still His people. So all praises. The next 4 pagan Saturdays is actually true Shabbat, so we can really live it up, party it up, feast it up. Y'all willing, especially if the Most High keep blessing us with this good weather, we can get together and congregate somewhere. I mean, this weather is awesome. This is what I thought I was coming to the South for, but apparently the South or North Carolina has the same weather as Jersey. But so far we've been blessed with 60s and 70s. So give us a few days. We'll get the new cycle posted if he has not already posted it. And just continue to, those who are still learning, I do encourage you to get a moon journal, and just as many nights as you can see the moon, just track where its location, what time it is, and you'll just start to learn the patterns of the moon, and you'll see that everything we're doing is pretty much falling in line with Abba, returning to the ancient paths. So all praises to the great I Am. So today, it's a pleasure to be back before you. I didn't prepare a Sharash Ibar because I had so much to share as far as oaths and covenants. So I didn't do a Sharash Ibar this week. I wanted to get back into oaths and covenants and still not overwhelm and drown you. But as I love, yesterday I'm listening to Jeremiah on that YouTube Bible app, and I'm just loving it. It picks me up knowing that we are the people of covenant, and no matter what this world has going on, we don't have to worry about it. Like Zamaria is singing, Yah Allah is all we need. Yah Allah is all we need. So I shared a video in the Telegram that I came across of this fish lady taking a tour of Jerusalem, and I said, wow, this is the perfect example of why studying oaths and covenants like the back of your hand, like how people study for the bar exam, people study to get their driver's license. This is how we should study oaths and covenants, like the back of our hand, because just like today when my equipment failed, well, eventually, family, sooner or later, all the equipment is going to fail, not just your personal equipment in your home, their equipment, their antennas, their dishes, all their systems is going to fail sooner or later. And all we're going to have is going to be like it's going to be like Denzel in the Book of Eli, the Book of Eli. You guys, you remember how they was coveted that book, they wanted that book, and come to find out it's in Braille because he was a blind man. But even when they had the book, he gave them the book. It was okay because he was the book. He became the book. And that's how we have to be, because they have technology. You guys are already seeing it. This AI was well advanced. They have created new foods. They have created human beings. They have the technology to put the narratives on your TV, up in the sky. They can create a whole fictitious world. And the elect, the very elect of Yah, children of Israel, many of our family and friends are going to be lost. And what I mean by lost, they're going to be destroyed, killed, because they're following a wolf in sheep's clothing, because they don't know prophecy. They don't know prophecy. Right now, today is Pagan Saturday, and it's a feast day. Oh, by the way, it's a feast day. I wish I had some fresh wine to drink up with you. I don't have any fresh wine at the house. The one wine bottle we have is old, so I don't like to do that for the Most High. When I do something for the Most High, I like to be have something fresh and new for Him. But today is a feast day. But right now, there's Hebrew congregations, Israelite congregations somewhere. Today they're going to be shouting and speaking in that so-called tongue, that gibberish. Hikamashanda, he's coming on a Honda, ba 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 ba. And they're doing that thinking that they're in the spirit, but they're also doing that because they don't understand prophecy. That Acts 2, when that happened, that wasn't a unknown, unintelligible language. Those elders of ours, they were what me and you are, what you and I are. They were Americans. They were Egyptians. They were being called by different nations that they grew up in, but they're coming back home as a family reunion to celebrate a feast. I mean, that should have been a dead giveaway for the people. Paul wasn't on his missionaries trips yet. So who are these people coming back to Jerusalem? How do they know the so-called Jewish feast schedule? But our ancestors were speaking their native tongue that was now foreign to them. And so we got people who are saying they're Israelites, and they're continuing to practice speaking in tongues inside their communities because they don't understand prophecy. The elder who started that speaking in tongues crap, and not to be disrespectful, let me go start live just and have this out in the public. Bear with me 1 second. You're the only one. And again, I'm not going to try to be long before you, but it's not my will, the Most High's will be done. Satan has declared spiritual warfare on us. We don't run from the enemy. We call on our king, our brother. So the Most High's will be done as his brother prayed. Most High will be done. But since we had a late start, I really don't want to hold you guys up. I know it's a beautiful day, and many of us don't get too many days off. You're the only one. It's still loading. 1 second, family. It's still loading. All right, so I was saying we got people, Israelites, they're in covenant, they're wearing fringes, they're keeping feast days, but they're also continuing to speak in so-called tongues. He's coming on a Honda, thinking that that's a spiritual practice of our nation. And the only reason people are doing that is because the elder who started that back in, I forgot, we did the video years ago. But that elder, that preacher who started that, he was an ex-slave. And the reason why I'm saying this, not to be disrespectful, but he couldn't read that well. But here's the thing about being an Israelite in covenant, repenting and keeping the laws. We don't have to be able to read their English language. If that elder had understood that he was an Israelite and came back to the law, statutes, and commandments, the Most High would have gave him understanding and wisdom that Acts 2, the elders wasn't speaking Hikomoshanda, he's coming on a Honda. They were speaking native ancient Hebrew. So, and that was a prophecy of old, that I'm going to pour my spirit out upon your sons and daughters, and I'm going to gather your children from the lands which I scattered them. So being that that elder was, one, not in covenant, not repentant, keeping the laws, the Most High didn't give him understanding. And then two, he was an ex-slave just coming out of slavery. He couldn't even read too well. So he took that Acts 2 as people going to some spiritual trance, shouting and shaking and foaming. Hikomoshanda, he's coming on a Honda. But no, that was prophecy. So that's why we're taking our time, because we don't know. I'm praying the Most High shut this thing down tonight. Look, spiritually, I'm packed, cock, lock, stock, and barrel. I'm ready to roll. I don't have no money saved up. I don't have no go bag. my spirit is sensitive to Abba. So I hope things come down tonight. I'm just listen. I don't have no ties to this place, but if you understand prophecy, you understand what's going on, and that's why we're taking our time with this series, Oaths and Covenants, because these prophecies help us unlock the scrolls and help us weed out false doctrine. So I want to share this video that I shared to the group of this fish lady giving a tour of Jerusalem.
I almost didn't buy this NFL one, but when Black Friday hit and it was up to 42% off, I finally gave it a shot.
Salakia family.
Bent out of shape and honestly embarrassing. This one.
All right, so I'm gonna skip around. This is a fish lady. She tells you that she is Jewish, and she's giving a tour of Jerusalem. So I'm gonna skip around to some markers to make my point here, why prophecy is important. So let me skip. I'm gonna skip to about right here. Listen to what she said. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, but listen to what she says.
It's unique country. It's like the most unique country, I think, personally, in the world. I will take you city, you will understand. Muslim, Christian, Arab, Jewish, we literally mix together. My doctor is literally Muslim, Arab. My doctor. Okay, he is ready.
So if it's hard to understand her accent, what she's saying is, I'm going to take you around the city and show you that it's Muslims, Christians, and Jews living together. What the media is portraying as propaganda. We all get along. And then she brags that my doctor is Muslim and I trust him with my life. So that's what she set the stage for. Let me fast forward to where she gets exposed as a liar. Let me about right here. Now watch this.
Let's get close to him. Maybe I can talk with him. Let's see what bike he have. Look. Oh wow. Oh, Willie! Look at the Willie! Look at the Willie! It has Willie! Okay guys, so there is two different ways to go to Jerusalem. There is one way without the checkpoint and other way with the checkpoint.
She says there's two ways to get into Jerusalem. One way has a checkpoint and one way doesn't have a checkpoint. So right there, you already contradicted yourself. You're saying that Christian, Jews, and Muslims, we all live together over here, and the media is portraying propaganda. But why does the city has checkpoints? Why does the city have checkpoints? More importantly, for Jerusalem to have checkpoints, this is why the Most High is with us. The Most High is back on this earth in spirit, and he's even using our enemies. He's even using our enemies to help us. And I'm going to show you what I mean. She says that the land, Jerusalem, has checkpoints. That's what she just said. If they have checkpoints, can someone grab Joel 3:17 real quick? She says there's checkpoints to get into Jerusalem. And this is why even her being raised as an Israeli fish, she says she's Jewish. She has Jewish blood and she was born in the land. It proves that they're not reading the Bible. It's specifically, they're not reading prophecy. If this young lady would read prophecy, it would dawn on her that something ain't right here. She says we have checkpoints to get into Jerusalem. Let's read Joel 3:17, prophecy. Anybody got it?
Khan, it says Joel 3, 17 says, "So shall you know that I am Yahweh, your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore."
So this is Abba talking to us through Ya'ala, and he's saying that Jerusalem is going to be set apart again, holy again, and no more strangers are going to pass through her. Now we understand, all praise to the great I am, she's a stranger. So she shouldn't be there. But now you have checkpoints where you have armed soldiers checking people. Well, if y'all understood prophecy and if y'all was the right people who belong there, y'all would know that no stranger should be coming into your city. That's A. And then let's get some more. Let's go back to the video. Let's get a little bit more.
I choose for you today the way of the checkpoint because I think it's very interesting to see how it looks like the checkpoint here in Israel. And yeah, personally, I was a soldier in this checkpoint for a few times. Here in Israel, 1 liter costs something like 2.30, something like that. Israel is very, very expensive country.
I'm gonna skip ahead. To show you back.
So today's the day. I've got my RTA box system and Coyote appliances.
Even Muslim,
Listen to this.
even Palestinian people like this guy, we have the same mission to protect our country. So you guys probably watch the news and think that Palestinian people hate Jewish and Jewish hate Palestine, but it's not the reality. The reality, literally here, we live together. Like I told you,
So if you couldn't understand her accent, she's saying, unlike the news, Palestinians and Jews do not hate each other. We live together in peace. I want y'all to hold that.
doctor is a Muslim, he's a Palestinian. I bring my life.
My doctor is a Muslim, a Palestinian.
I trust him. I trust him the same like I will trust in a Jewish guy, in a Jewish doctor. It's the same. We are all human beings. So we are on the main road. I must say that I'm
Now watch this. Let me fast forward for the sake of time. Watch this. She says we all get along. We all the same people. We love. Watch what happens. About right
yeah,
here.
Yes, but things can happen. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum.
So these are Palestinian Muslims she's greeting. These are Muslims.
Salam alaikum. Wow, so nice. So nice here. You see all the children there, they are looking.
So we all get along.
Oh, they are coming to me. Salam alaikum. Ah. Salam alaikum, ya zalame. La. America. La. La, 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 la. La, la. La, la.
She's saying no. No.
See? I will not lie. It was very stressful right now, and I want to go from here.
She says it's really stressful right now. She just set us up with that we all get along, we all the same people. But now when you trying to greet everybody with the Muslim greeting and these Muslims approach you, she's nervous, she's shook. So she just exposed herself to be a liar. Let's get some more.
So sweet children. There was so sweet children, but I'm literally now in our village, and I'm afraid I will turn immediately.
And look, I didn't read the text earlier, but now I'm just reading it, what she put on the screen. I know too many stories of people who entered the wrong place and never came back. Well, you just said that all y'all get along and no one has any differences. This is the power of prophecy. She's helping expose the lies of her own people, the Zionists. They don't belong in that land. Neither one of your groups belong in that land. For the sake of time, let me go to the end, show you some more abomination. So here she meets this so-called rabbi.
parking the car there. Now I bring my bike to here, and my bike was fell on the floor. Yeah, I'm going to bring. I just come to greet you.
You want to come to the...
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I'll ask him if you want to...
Now he has a cross
He told me that
on.
it's okay.
He has a cross
he
on.
He told me to put here.
So it's okay, because I don't have a car, it's a car is there.
Yeah, this is belong to them, they're parking, I understand. But he give me a permission to be here. Thank you, I'm coming. So guys, this is the priest. He's going to take us on.
She goes down to the
Is
tomb.
Jewish and Muslim and Christian or only Jewish?
The place is both Jewish and Christian.
Okay.
Because the prophets are originally Jewish, and also they are recognized in the Jewish tradition. Abraham, Joseph.
Like Jewish and Christians share the same stories.
Yes.
It's so beautiful. Okay.
Is it something new to you? Also, so the early Christian community was Jewish.
So unique, guys. Look at this, and I feel so cold here. It's cold. What is that?
It's cave with family tombs inside, 5 tombs.
Ah, the family?
And we think it's a family cave.
Oh, this is a room? Oh, wow.
Desecrating our family.
Grave underground.
Desecrating our family.
Wow, look at that. Wow.
Uber Eats knows whenever you watch football, you get hungry. And look,
You just got to deal with that.
McDonald's.
And here is another tomb as well.
It's a tomb?
Those are the central caves, but we like to give them to them.
So that is enough of that. I just can't stomach it. It's appalling when you understand prophecy. Another prophecy that she's helping to bring to the forefront is Micah 4:4. Micah 4:4. She said you got to go through checkpoints to get into Jerusalem, and then she herself was in an area where she don't know if we're supposed to be here, and I've heard people have come here and never were seen again. She's helping. The Most High is using these people for our benefit, and even though it's hard for us to watch, them be us, the Most High is just setting the stage. The Most High is setting the stage. The east winds are blowing again. Shamoria, can we read Micah 4:4? This is the power of learning prophecy. This is why we're going through this long, drawn-out series, so you guys know the power and importance of prophecy.
Micah 4 and verse 4 says, "But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid. For the mouth of Yahweh of Tazabayam have spoken it."
The Most High says, I'm going to restore y'all to your land, and nobody's going to make you afraid again. She's claiming to be of the tribe of Judah, and she was about to panic and pretty much crash her bike trying to get away from those so-called Palestinians. So the Most High he's with us. The east winds are blowing. If you know prophecy, you can see the Most High's work in these, even in our enemies. Even our enemies are going to be for our good. The last thing, let me go back. I want to show you to make my last point. To make my last point, when she's coming out. I think it's right here.
So we like to give
She's about to come out.
Evidence or proof.
Yeah.
Prophets were buried here.
Yeah.
It's a tradition dating from Middle Ages.
Yeah.
But those are
How many years? How many years back is it?
The tradition dates from around over 1,000 years, but the place
Over
existed. Over 2,000 years, because the time of the prophets is 500 years BC, 2,500 years.
It's amazing. But please, I want to ask you, please, if it's okay, what brings a person to leave his own country and to come to other country and to serve like that? Like,
Monkey just
you just serve. Wow.
But of course, it's out of love too, because we love the Holy Land, And every day is a blessing. When we wake up, we think
It's so excited.
it's a blessing.
It's a
for us.
blessing. Okay. That was very, very nice and only place. But
So she's purporting to be a Jew, and Moses was of the tribe of Levi. Levi was Moses' grandfather, and Moses, his mother gave birth to a son that passed for Egyptians. So for even Joseph. Joseph lived among the Egyptians, and when his own brothers came into the land, his brothers couldn't recognize him. This lady on the screen will never be mistaken, can never be hid among the ancient Egyptians. And Levi and Judah are full brothers. What I mean by that, Judah and Levi has the same mom and dad. We know the 12 tribes were made up by 4 different women. Well, Judah and Levi, they have the same mother. So Jacob is their father and Leah is their mother. And if Moses passed or hid among the Egyptians, and even Joseph, those tribes has to look like the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians. These contemporary Egyptians are not real Egyptians. The ancient Egyptians, where the mummies are being exposed now. The mummies still have braids. The mummies still have the dark pigmentation on them. So the Most High is using our enemies to even bring his truth out. And the last one I'm going to share before we get into today's topic is Luke 21 and 24. The Most High word is exact. The Most High's word is exact. Yeah, I want that one next. Okay.
Luke 21 and 24 says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Yerushalayim shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
This is prophecy, family. As bad as it is to watch these people desecrate our ancestors' tombs, to parade around our land as if it's their land, this is prophecy. The Most High says, and you know what? It's our faults. It's our ancestors' faults. Because the Most High says, since you don't want to keep my laws, you don't want to honor me, you don't want to rejoice in the covenant I set up for you, I'm going to take my covenant away from you. And now the land is being trodden down. Right now, as we speak, the land is trodden down full of Gentiles. And the part I didn't get to is she's coming out of one of the underground churches or whatever. And as she's coming out, she's greeting or meeting these other people. And they were from like one of the European countries. And that's, again, Luke 21:24. Our land is being trodden down by the Gentiles. So this is part of our punishment as us coming back to the Most High, realizing that we are the people of covenant. Part of our punishment, or for me, is watching them just parade around and just pollute our land. But the Most High's prophecies are right and exact, and his east winds are blowing again. Now, I don't want to make her to be a bad person, because she does have another video. She does have a channel, and she does have another video where she's interviewing Falasha Israelites. So I'm like, if she was full of deceit and deception, she wouldn't have went to the brothers and sisters in Dimona. And she has 2 clips, not clips. She has 2 videos where she spent over an hour with our people, and they're telling them their story, how they came from the States in 1957, and their whole background. And our brothers and sisters who migrated back over there, it's another example how if you understood prophecy, you would have known that you shouldn't have went back to that land. Now they want to You know, I'm not disrespecting the brothers and sisters who did that. Again, we all move according to our understanding. So, you know, I can't take credit, and I don't want to discredit what they thought was righteous, but it's just making my point clearer. I don't care who's before you. I don't care whose class you're listening to. If you know prophecy like the back of your hand, you will be able to filter out bad information. So that brother who came up and became their second Moses, he passed away now. But if those people had read prophecy, they would have understood that it wasn't time to go back to the land. Reason being, let's go to Isaiah 14. Let's go to Isaiah 14 and show you why they're in the land, and what they're not telling you, they're still being treated like second-class citizens. They're not over there reclaiming their power of being a holy nation. They're over there being called, just like us, the N-word. One of the stipulations is that them coming from the States, if you wanted to claim to be a Jew, you got to join their military. And it's like, that doesn't line up with prophecy. None of what that group did or is doing over there lines up with prophecy. Now, the Israelites who were actually born in the land, who never left, because you guys know we say it all the time, they never ever was able to rid the land of every Hebrew, every Israelite. A lot of those Palestinians, some of the so-called Arabs, underneath they're really Jews, Israelites. It's just that for survival, they adopted Islam. And, you know, you can't fault them, like, because we didn't live that. You don't know what seeing your mom or grandma be raped or shot in front of you, or watching your little sister be beheaded. You don't know what that would do to you. So I'm not criticizing the brothers and sisters, but there's some Israelites that was born in the land, but they're just Muslims now. They're Arabs, but they're really our people. But this group here, they're part of the descendants who came from Chicago, the United States, in the 50s, and they had to first set up in Liberia, then migrate to Ethiopia. They went through all these hoops, and my point being, if they had understood prophecy, if that man who was leading them had understood prophecy, he would have known we shouldn't be going back to the land. Let's read Isaiah 14, 1 through 2 as my witness.
Isaiah 14 and verse 1 says, "For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, Yasha'Allah, and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Yasha'Allah shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors."
They shall rule over their oppressors. The Most High says the people are going to take you and put you back in your land. He's going to cause the people, the Gentiles, to take us and put us back in our land. And when he raised these people up to put us back in our land, the people who took us captives, they become our captives. And it's people who look like her on the screen, the fish people. These people are on record. They're trying to scrub internets. They're trying to scrub all kind of databases. That's why I hoard my books. Sister George just brought me another book that I'm diving into. It's on record that these fish people were at the core of our enslavement. They insured the slave ships. And then when they got over here, they owned plantations. That's why many of the towns in the South here, they have air quotes Jewish names. Levi Town, Manasseh. Why? Is because these fish people who purport to be us, purport to be from the tribe of Judah, they spearheaded our oppression. And now that the Most High is blowing his east winds again, they want to control the information even further. They want to buy up more media. They want to own and buy up AI now. And know what? Have at it. Because you buying up all these resources doesn't trump the Most High speaking to us directly. If he has to put another hand in the sky and write to us, that's what he's going to do. And that's what these people don't understand. You can come up with all kind of new weapons of war, all kind of misinformation campaigns. The Most High is back with his people, and you can't stop it. You cannot stop it. So I just thought these were the perfect examples. If anybody is still new and struggling and like, wow, this is why we rehearse oaths and covenants. Because when they go on a campaign again to burn books and shut down websites and this website can't be found, you have the oaths and covenants already in your heart. And you can see a wolf in sheep's clothing. More importantly, because you're in covenant, you're keeping commandments, the Father now has direct access to you. He can speak to you directly because you're being obedient. Any comments or questions about these two videos we just shared? All right, all praises to the great I am, the water of Rabbah, for your patience. So, because we had a late start, we still got to do the work. I want to get into oaths and covenants, but we're probably just going to have maybe six witnesses pulled, maybe 3. Some of these chapters or some of these witnesses are full chapters, and that's just what we got to do to get the true understanding of the promise that we're reading. But before we go into the oaths and covenant slides, let's have 2 Cathabrians, and the first one is coming from Ya'ala, Joel, no, Salakia, Ayab, Job. The first one is coming from Job, Ayab, and I think that's the one I want. Yeah, Job 27:1. I'll read this out. I grab it, give you a break. Is Nariah off today, or he's at the plantation?
He at work.
Okay, all right. We'll go back to back. The first witness is Job 27 and verse 21, I believe, and the second one is coming from Tahalam Ak. If you want to get that one ready, Tahalam 48, I believe it is. Why did they appear like that? Let me do this. All right. Tahalam 48 and 7 is the second one. And these are just 2 witnesses that the Most High causes his creation to work for him. And the east wind is one of his creations that he causes things to happen. And the east wind, even the wind is a spirit. The spirits are in his winds. And the east wind is giving us a spirit of wisdom, understanding, and discipline. And it's just another confirmation that he's back with his people again. But you have to be in covenant. He's not speaking to anyone not keeping commandments. I don't care what these Christians talk about tomorrow. I don't care how many videos they show of them dancing and sweating and falling out. I don't care how many churches they pack. I don't care how many books they sell. It's in the scripture. It's in the word. He does not hear the prayers of sinners. Family, what is sin? Breaking the law, statutes, and commandments. So as much as these people think they're preaching, they're teaching, I seen one brother last week and I feel sorry for him, but I'm on a mission to win my crown. I can't be trying to avoid confrontation and spare people feelings. I got to win. My calling and election has to be sure. My salvation has not been won yet. The brother posted talking about he's hearing from heaven. Like, how you hearing from heaven? You're not even keeping commandments. You don't keep no feast days. You're hearing from Satan. And these people don't understand that. But we can't say that to them like that because it's being so mean. The spirit that Satan has their mind so far gone. When we bring this truth, it's like nails on a chalkboard for them. But the east winds are blowing again. The first witness I'm going to is Job 27 and verse 21. Job 27 and 21. It says, the east wind carries him away and he departs, and as a storm hurls him out of his place. So it's talking about a rich man here, but the point I'm highlighting is it's the east wind. The east wind is constantly a constant theme in our scrolls. The Most High uses the east winds to cause harm, to cause good. And the east wind is causing us to understand what's really going on. And that's why we're going over prophecy, oaths, and covenants. Let's go to the next one, to Halam 48, is it? 48 and 7.
Tahalam 40 and 7. Thou breakest the ships of Tarshish with an east wind.
We don't have to fear none of their weapons, even their campaigns, their smear campaigns. Oh, they BHI, they're a hate group. We don't have to fear none of their. Listen, I wear my garments to work. I wear my garments around. I'm not fearing anything they have coming. If the Most High see fit to let me fall, His will be done. But the Most High uses this earth as His weapons of war. And the east wind is now blowing again. If you are in covenant, being sensitive to the spirit of Yah, you can see the east winds blowing, and it's blowing in our favor. Not only us, for those of you out there in them social media streets, those YouTube streets, there's many more people starting to ask serious questions about who's really Judah, who's really the inheritance of promises. And it's the Most High blowing the east winds. So yeah, when you and I step up, we're ignorant. We don't have no education. We ain't been to cemetery school. We're not doctors. We're not PhDs. We're little nobodies to them. But the spirit of Yah, we're giants to them, actually, because the spirit of Yah is on us. The spirit of Yah is speaking through us. But we have Gentiles, very light-skinned Gentiles, if you understand what I'm saying. We have very light-skinned Gentiles starting to say the same things. The east winds are blowing in our favor, and we're going to win by a landslide. We're going to win by a landslide. Any comments or questions about those kitabs? All right, all praises to the great end. And we're going to get into today's class. This is DABARYAM wa KARATAM, Oaths and Covenants, Part 11. And like I said, because we had a late start, Most High still has to be magnified, has to be glorified. But let's see how far we can get. I don't want to overwhelm you, and I don't want to take up all your pagan Saturday. We're just going to pick up with Oaths and Covenants for Israel, for Yasher Allah. We are Yasher Allah. Anybody still learning, don't understand what Yasher Allah means? We are the princes and powers of Yah, who rule with Yah. We are the powers, we are the princes who rule with Yah. First one, we're still in Isaiah, trying to finish up Isaiah. I have finished Isaiah in my notes. I moved on to Jeremiah, but we've been going back and forth with Shamaria's class, the Gentiles, and I'm listening to the playbacks. And if you listen to the playback of Shamaria's the Gentile series, and you listen to Oaths and Covenants, it's like we're going back to back. If you guys, are hip hop fans, you know that back to back style of rapping. One rapper goes and right on his heels, his partner comes in. That's what I'm hearing. If you listen to the playbacks, it's like, and this for me is another confirmation that Yah's in this. Yah's in this. So it's just a wonderful thing. Again, we all are just dirt bags. We don't take no title. All that Moray crap. That Moray title has been butchered. That's why I don't even call myself. I'm a soldier. Whatever the nation need me to do, that's what I'm here to do. You need me to shovel manure. You need me to go dig a tree, chop a tree down. You need me to pray with you, fast with you. I'm a soldier. That Moray title was so, man, people pop up. You read 2 scriptures, he's a Moray. Build 1 class, he's a Moray. Man, please. It's like it's to me, Moray ain't nothing but pastor. It's a overused, just butchered term. People don't know what they're doing. Moray this, Moray that. I'm a soldier. But we're going to start with Isaiah 30, the 36th witness. And we're at Isaiah 30 and 18. Oh, Salakia. I got the KJV. You got your Septuagint. You want to start us off? I will go back behind you. Let me get my Septuagint up. We're pulling these from the Septuagint for those who are still learning. The Septuagint is based on an older translation, and it was translated by men who didn't hate Messiah. Your KJV, especially the so-called Old Testament, we call it the Masoretic text. It was translated by rabbis called Masoretes. Those Masoretes hated Messiah. They rejected him. They slandered his name. So when you're reading the KJV Old Testament, you're reading a very idolatrous translation, and it doesn't read true to the text of what Father said. So that's why we're pulling this from the Septuagint. I can't type today. And this is going to be Isaiah 30 and 18, going down to verse 28.
1 second.
Actually, I got to it, so I'll take it and you can get the second one. This is going to be Yashayah 30 and 18, going down to verse 28, reading from the Britain Septuagint. Isaiah 30 and 18. And it says, and Yahweh, the Most High, the great I Am, will again wait that he may pity you, and will therefore be exalted that he may have mercy upon you, because Abba, Most High, Elohim, your power is a judge. Blessed are they that stay themselves upon him. Stay means to wait. Blessed are they that wait upon him. Verse 19. For the holy people shall dwell in Zion. And whereas Jerusalem has wept bitterly, saying, pity me, he shall pity you. When he perceived the voice of your cry, he listened to you. And though Yahweh the Most High shall give you the bread of affliction and scant water, yet they that cause you to err shall no more at all draw near to you. For your eyes shall see those that cause you to err, and your ears shall hear the words of them that went after you to lead you astray, who say, this is the way, let us walk in it, whether to the right or to the left, and you shall pollute the plated idols, and you shall grind to powder the guilt ones, and shall scatter them as a woman of a removed scatter them as the water of a removed woman, and you shall thrust them forth as dung. Then shall there be rain to the seed of your land, and the bread of the fruit of your land shall be plenteous and rich, and your cattle shall feed in that day in a fertile and spacious place. Your bulls and your oxen that till the ground shall eat chaff mixed with winnowed barley, and there shall be upon every lofty mountain and upon every high hill water running in that day, when many shall perish, and when the tower shall fall. And the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold in the day when Yahweh shall heal the breach of his people, and shall heal the pain of your womb. Behold, the name of Yahweh comes after a long time, burning wrath. The word of his lips is with glory, a word full of anger, and the anger of his wrath shall devour as fire, and his breath as rushing water in a valley, shall reach as far as the neck, and be divided to confound the nations, for their vain error. Error also shall pursue them and overtake them. All praises, I think I may have repeated this one, but it's worth repeating. The Father is saying that he's going to awaken to our cry, and the nations who cause us to err, saying Christianity is the way, the cross is the way, there's nothing wrong with swine, there's nothing wrong with marrying outside your race. Every nation and every person who calls us to err, they're not going to be around us anymore. He's going to remove them out our way. Any questions or comments about that? Let me double check, make sure I got the right things loaded here. $36. Either I repeated that or because I felt like I read that before, and I don't know if you had it in your class or. All right, let me go to the next one. This is the 38th witness. Can you go to Isaiah 32 and 15? Let me pull up the class while you're doing that. Let me go pull up the last class.
Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 15.
Okay.
It says, until the Spirit shall come upon you from on high, and Carmel shall be a desert, and Carmel shall be counted for a forest. Then judgment shall abide in the wilderness, and righteousness shall dwell in Carmel. And the works of righteousness shall be peace, and righteousness shall ensure rest, and the righteous shall be confident, la alam, forever. And his people shall inhabit a city of shalom, peace, and dwell in it in confidence, and they shall rest with wealth. And if the hail shall come down, it shall not come upon you, and they that dwell in the forest shall be in confidence, as those in the plain country. Blessed are they that sow by every water, where the ox and donkey tread.
So this is what we hold on to, and this is another witness exposing that those people currently calling themselves Judah are not matching up with prophecy. He says that righteousness is going to be our confidence forever, and even dwelling in the wilderness, we're going to be prosperous. This is another reason why we rehearse what we call Sakah. Sakah in the pagan tongue is called tabernacles. We rehearse tabernacles to prepare our souls to be in the wilderness. But even in the wilderness, we're going to have abundance because we have been patient, and the Most High is going to make sure that the rivers are going to flow. The fruit trees are going to blossom. These are promises left to natural born Israelites that the world cannot claim. That lady you see on the screen right now, they're importing things over there. They have to set up irrigation holes to water their crops. They have GMO crops over there. Nothing over there is according to prophecy. So this is why we rehearse oaths and covenants, so we know as things continue to crumble here and around the world, we are spiritually in Goshen. We're spiritually in Goshen. So that's why we rehearse the oaths and covenants. This is something we have to hold on to. No one can take this from us. No one, they can remove websites, you can burn books, you can shut down libraries. But once you get these promises in your spirit, they can't take this from you. Any comments or questions about this witness? And verse 18 says, the people are going to inhabit a city of peace. The city is going to be called Shalom. That video we watched, she's telling you about checkpoints. You've seen how nervous she was because she was in an area that wasn't ordained for her. That wasn't really the so-called Jewish people's area. It was for the so-called Palestinians. But when we get back, the real people, the city's going to have true shalom. We're going to be truly in peace. No one making us afraid. No checkpoints we're going through. This is what we're holding on to. The next witness, Isaiah 33 and 14. I got this one. These verses are kind of long, so we're going to go back to back. Isaiah 34, it's like Isaiah 33, 14 through 24. Sometimes we got to read the whole chapters just to get the true understanding. So that's why we're going to break this down. It's a lot of reading. But this is Isaiah 33 in the Septuagint, starting at verse 14. It says, the sinners in Zion have departed. Trembling shall seize the ungodly. Who will tell you that a fire is kindled? Who will tell you of the eternal place? He that walks in righteousness, speaking rightly, hating transgressions and iniquity, and shaking his hands from gifts, stopping his ears that he should not hear the judgment of blood, shutting his eyes that he should not see injustice. He shall dwell in a high cave of a strong rock. Bread shall be given him, and his water shall be sure. You shall see a king with kabod, glory. Your eyes shall behold a land from afar. Your soul shall meditate terror. Where are the scribes? Where are the counselors? Where is he that numbers them that are growing up? Even the small and great people, with whom he took not counsel. Neither did he understand a people of deep speech, so that a despised people should not hear, and there is no understanding to him that hears. Behold, the city of Zion, our refuge. Your eyes shall behold Jerusalem, or Jerusalem, a rich city, tabernacles which shall not be shaken, neither shall the pins of her tabernacle be moved forever, neither shall her cords be at all broken. For the name of Yahweh is great to you. You shall have a place, even rivers and wide and spacious channels, and you shall not go this way, neither a vessel with oars go thereby. For my power, my Elohim is great. Yahweh shall judge, Yahweh our judge shall not pass me by. Yahweh is king. The Most High shall save us. Your cords are broken, for they have had no strength. Your meat has given way. It shall not spread the sails. It shall not bear a signal until it be given up for a plunder. Therefore shall many lame men take spoil, and the people dwelling among them shall by no means say, I am in pain, for their sins shall be forgiven them. All praises to the great I am. Man, this is so much meat on this bone. Let me go back up and break this down, because we're having eyewitnesses to confirm what we're saying. Verse 14 says, the sinners in Zion have departed, and trembling shall seize the ungodly. And it says, who will tell you of the eternal place? Who's going to tell you how to find the eternal place? He answers and says, he that walks in righteousness, speaking rightly and hating transgression. This is confirmation of what I said earlier about people thinking they're getting a word from heaven. If you're walking in transgression, meaning you're walking outside the law, the Most High's not speaking to you. The Most High's not giving you revelation. And that's just the facts of the case. It sounds mean to the Christian people because their religion is just full of this pacifist, let's love on each other, and we should just be uplifting each other. I'm not loving and uplifting people on their way to hell. I'm trying to pull you out the fire. I'm trying to pull my brothers and sisters away from danger. When you see a car coming about to hit a child, you don't whisper to the child, hey, there's a car coming. Son, get out the road. No, when you see a car coming, you're screaming, get out the way, get out the way. That's why we sound like so foreign to them. But they're hypocritical inside their churches, because when the pastor starts screaming and snarling and doing all that hooping and hollering, y'all get excited and start going into trances. And all he's doing is shouting and screaming about a bunch of lies, a bunch of Greco-Roman theology. We get passionate and speak boldly for the truth, trying to pull our families away from the lies of Christianity, and they just want to act like they don't hear anything. Well, I guess that's the way you see it. No, I'm giving you scripture. I'm giving you what the Most High say. What are you talking about? This is the way I see it. I'm reading verbatim, and you can't do the same thing. Just like we had a DC short last week exposing the Trinity. I'm reading scripture verbatim that John 14:28, Messiah is quoted saying, my Father is greater than I. Can you read me a quote where he's saying, I am equal to my Father? Or when I come to earth, I'm great as my Father? No. So we're trying to pull our brothers and sisters out the fire, and these cowardice men just you so rough. And maybe if you change your approach, people will hear you. Man, I've been in this thing long enough. I done seen brothers out there screaming and cussing, and I done seen brothers calmly sit down and just, can you read that? Can you read that? And people still, they act like they understand, but they go right back to church, still pull up and get that swine. Because our people are stiff-necked people. You have to speak directly to these men. You got to speak directly to these people who are lost. These oaths and covenants is for us, the children of Israel, the seed of Abraham, not the spiritual seed, physical seed. Any comments or questions about that witness? I done read these so much and listening too much. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I don't think. I checked the last class. We didn't have these slides the last class. You want to get the last one? I think we'll do two more. We're gonna do two more. We'll wrap for the day. You want to get Isaiah 34, 8 through 17?
Isaiah chapter 34. Verse 8.
I think it's 8 through 17.
For it is the day of judgment of Yahweh. For it is the day of judgment of Yahweh, and the year of recompense of Tazawan in judgment. It might be turn your volume down a little bit. I can hear myself.
Let me try that. Try now. The water for that.
And her valleys, yeah, that's good. And her valleys shall be turned into pitch, and her land into sulfur. And her land shall be as pitch burning night and day, and it shall never be quenched. And her smoke shall go up, it shall be made desolate throughout her generations. For a long time, birds and hedgehogs and ibises and ravens shall dwell in it, and the measuring line of desolation shall be cast over it, and satyrs shall dwell in it.
So let me jump in here. This is a prophecy against the Edomites. If you go back up and get the context, verse 6 is telling you the sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It is glutted with fat, with the blood of goats and lambs, and with the fat of goats and rams. For Yahweh has a sacrifice in Basar, and a great slaughter in Idumea. Idumea is just another translation of Edom. This is a prophecy about destroying Edom to the ground, destroying the line of Edom to the ground. And the reason why we have to highlight this is because as we rehearse these oaths and covenants, these prophecies, we have our Christian brothers and sisters continuing to say, that's old covenant, that's Old Testament, that's been fulfilled. But we still have the nation of Edom in existence to this day. The seed of Edom is still living the earth to this day. They don't call themselves Edom anymore. They don't call themselves Idumea anymore. They have blended in with all the other nations. But the capital of their land, you can visit it right now, Petra. Petra is the land of Edom. So if we can go visit, like Ya'ala said, he went to the land and seen the land of Petra. If the land is still standing, then this is not old. Because we know the Most High's word shall not return to him void. So if we can go visit, take a plane trip to the land of Edom, Idumea, this prophecy hasn't happened yet. And that's the sickness and deception of the Christian church by telling people, oh, that's Old Testament, that's been fulfilled by Christ. Christ didn't destroy Edom. Christ didn't even deal with Edom when he was here. This is the power of oaths and covenants. Anybody under the sound of my voice, spend time with the prophets. When you learn prophecy like the back of your hand, these pastors can't lie to you anymore. That's why we're going through this as we're going through this. Where we at?
Verse 12. Her princes shall be no more, and her kings and her great men shall be destroyed, and thorns shall spring up in their cities and in her strongholds, and they shall be habitations of monsters, and a court of ostriches. And devils shall meet with satyrs, and they shall cry to one another. There shall satyrs rest, having found for themselves a place of rest. There has the hedgehog made its nest, and the arataza has safely preserved its young. There have the deer met and seen one another's faces. They passed by in full number, and not one of them perished. They sought not one another, for Yahweh commanded them, and his spirit gathered them. And he shall cast lots for them, and his hand has portioned out their pasture, saying, you shall inherit the land forever. They shall rest on it through all generations.
All praises to the great I am. For the evil that Edom committed against Jacob, when we were running from our oppressors, our brother had so much hatred for us, he helped the oppressors. He entered our land with them and helped shed the blood of his own brother because of his hatred in his heart for us. To this day, we are still being hung on trees. It's being reported in Carolinas, in the cities. Young brothers are being found hung. So to this day, Edom, who's hiding his true identity, but he's controlling kingdoms, he still have a perpetual hatred for us. And his reward for his hatred for us is right here what we're reading. The Most High is going to destroy his whole line, and the land is going to be destroyed and given to every unclean spirit and every unclean animal. That's going to be their portion. The Most High is saying, for your hatred against your brother, my chosen, I'm going to destroy your whole line. So again, if this so-called half of the book is old and been fulfilled, show me two witnesses of the fulfillment. The Christian church can't do that. These pastors can't do it because they're in sin. Not following the law, statutes, commandments, you are out of covenant. You are out of pocket. And I don't care how well you dress. I don't care how smooth and polished you talk. Our Abba, the great I am, ain't talking to you. He ain't talking to you. He ain't revealing any. Those little small whispers you're hearing is Satan. It's Hasatan. That's who's speaking to you. Repent and keep these laws. Any comments or questions about that? We're going to do two more and we're going to get out the way. Again, the water about for the patience with that technical difficulties. I'm going to grab this one and then you'll close us out with the 42nd witness. We're going to Yasha'yah 35. Yasha'yah 35, 1 through 10. Isaiah 35, 1 through 10. This is Isaiah 35, verse 1. Be glad, you thirsty desert. Let the wilderness exult, and and flower as the lily. So let the wilderness exalt and flower as the lily. And the desert places of Jordan or Yarden shall blossom and rejoice. The Kabah, the glory of Lebanon, has been given to it, and the honor of Carmel. And my people, not the church, not the Christians, not the born again, not the Baptists, my people shall see the glory, kabod of Yahweh, and the majesty of our Elohim, our power. Verse 3. Be strong, you relaxed hands and palsy knees. So you old people like myself, you people who have aches and pains, back problems, knee problems, elbow problems, be strong. Comfort one another, you faint-hearted, you scaredy cats, you doubting Thomases, you negative Nancy's. Always gotta, can we really do it? Can we really make it? Stop being a coward. That's how the Most High talks to his people. Stop being a coward. Check my resume. I'm the great I am. Have you not seen what I did to Pharaoh? Did you not see what I did to the Ammonites? Check my resume. Stop being a coward. Stop doubting me. We got more faith in a doctor with a white lab coat on than we do the great I am. We got more faith in our payroll giving us fiat tissue than we do in the great I am. He's saying, you faint-hearted, you scary cats, man up. Put on your big boy britches. It's the time I told you about is coming now. Ain't no time to get scared now. These people are falling. These people got to fall. If you want to rise again, they have to fall. So your bank account has to hit zero. Your grocery stores have to be empty. But my people, strengthen yourself. My people, hold on to what I'm saying. You ain't part of these people. Those ain't your grocery stores anyway. That ain't your bank account anyway. My people, strengthen yourself. It's time for us to strengthen ourselves. Come out of Babylon. Come out of the Babylonian thinking. Oh, I got to put this amount of save. I need 6 months of savings for emergencies. Everything we've been training for, they taught us. Make sure you got 6 months of reserves, and then make sure you get 4 years of education. Oh yeah, once you get your 4-year education, you should go ahead back and get a master's. We've been following their blueprint and still ain't got us nowhere. Because we ain't tied to these people. We're tied to the Most High. You can get all the education you want. Until you come back to these laws, statutes, commandments, you're going to be in poverty. You're going to be in poverty. All praise to the great I am. I'm going to get out your way. Comfort one another, you faint-hearted. Be strong and fear not. Behold, our power renders judgment, and he will render it. He will come and save us. Then shall the eyes of the blind be open. Those Christians tomorrow, when he comes saves us, his people in covenant, then they're going to be like, oh my God, they were right. But it might be too late for you, brother. It might be too late for you, sister. He says, then shall the eyes of the blind be open, and the ears of the deaf shall hear. So finally, when Messiah cracks the sky and start handing out crowns, now you want to listen to me. Well, where's that scripture at, Abijah? Brother, I ain't got time. Messiah is here now. I'm following him. I ain't got time to be trying to talk to you. I'm trying to follow him. Messiah is back now. So now you want to act like you can understand some things. No, it's too late now. I don't have time. Let's read on him. Get out your way. Verse 6. Then shall the lame man leap as a hart, and the tongue of the stammerer shall speak plainly. For water has burst forth in the desert, and Father, for water has burst forth in the desert, and a channel of water in a thirsty land. This is messianic. All praise to the great I am. Father, this is messianic. This is why the story is recorded when that centurion went and speared Messiah's side. It said water burst forth from his side. The Most High was speaking to us. Father, help me. This text is FUBU. It's for us, by us. It's full of Hebrewisms. If you don't understand our culture, you're not understanding this. Just the other day, my wife was teasing me on Shabbat. Our Shabbat was Friday, and I was messing with her about something, and her reply was, "Don't kindle a fire on the Sabbath." I had to laugh. I said, "Speak that word." But that phrase, "don't kindle a fire on the Sabbath," that's a Hebrewism. We got people coming in this thing. You can't cook. You ain't supposed to be starting no fire. Don't start your car because the engine start the fire. You don't understand the culture. Kindling a fire on the Sabbath is starting an argument, starting a hard conversation that you know going to lead to strife. If you promise your child a butt whooping, the Most High says, don't kindle a fire on the Sabbath. Save that for after the holy day. This book is full of Hebrewisms, and that's what we just read. He says, for water, this is Isaiah 35:6, the second half of it. For water has burst forth in the desert, and a channel of water in a thirsty land. And the dry land shall become pools, and a fountain of water shall be poured into the thirsty land. That was the metaphor when Messiah's side was pricked. The Most High is saying, if you thirsty for the truth, if you're thirsty for salvation, believe in my son. Oh, Father, help your people. This book is for us. So the Messiah having his side poked and water bust, it was our hope. You're thirsty, believe on him. You're thirsty for salvation, believe on him. Believe I sent him. Believe he's my son. Believe he's my servant. And you're going to be fed. You're going to be fed. Like I fed your ancestors in the wilderness 40 years, I'm going to feed y'all again. But you got to believe on him now. You got to accept him now. You got to lift him up now. I'm going to get out your way. It continues on here, verse 8. There shall be there a pure way, and it shall be called a holy way, and there shall not pass by there any unclean person. Those video clips we watch, it was people visiting from other countries, European countries, African countries, all unclean, all uncircumcised in heart and flesh. The Most High says, when I get my people back together, I'm going to cleanse their land, and no more unclean people are coming through my land no more. This is what we're holding on to. This is why I'm not fearing Babylon. Oh, Father, be with us. Verse 8. And there shall not pass by there any unclean person, neither shall there be neither shall there be an unclean way. An unclean way. That girl was saying that we all get along here. Christian, Jews, and Muslims. We go. Christianity and Islam and your rabbinical Judaism is all unclean. I say it again for those in the back. Christianity, rabbinical Judaism, and Islam are all unclean. We're the Israelites. We don't practice Judaism. We practice the covenant. We don't do anything the rabbis laid down. We don't follow rabbinic Judaism. That's another lie they put on us. Yeah, they follow rabbinic Judaism. You don't even understand what I'm following. We're following the covenant. We're following the covenant the Messiah taught. So over there in that land, you're trying to have a three-way tie for first place. Islam, Christian, and Judaism. They're all unclean. That's an unclean way for us. The Most High is not having it for us. He says, but the dispersed shall walk on it, and they shall not go. The dispersed shall walk on it. That's you and I. We are the dispersed, and they shall not go astray. And there shall be no lion there, neither shall any evil beast go up upon it, nor at all be found there. But the redeemed and gathered of Yahweh's behalf shall walk in it, and shall return and come to Zion with joy, with everlasting joy over their heads. For on their heads shall be praise and exaltation, and the joy shall take possession of them, and sorrow and pain and groaning have fled away. This is what we're holding on to. This is why we're not fearing these jobs, these cars. Come repossess all this mess. It's all garbage. It's all dung to us. Any comments or questions about that witness? All right, the water will buy for your patience out. Let's finish up with this number 6 for the day. This is Isaiah 40. We have to read this whole chapter out, so I'm sorry to do this to you, but this chapter is just so good. It's too much.
I
I
had a
can't.
comment about the one before the last one, when he was talking about Edom or Adama.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounded like he basically was saying that it's gonna be a wilderness, like he gonna remove and destroy the people, but it's just gonna be a wilderness where you see the deers can go by and look at each other and not worry about somebody coming to kill them.
That's what I got out. Like he's going to turn that over for their possession. Like, you know,
The animal.
that's what I got out of out.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
All praises, all praises. The both sides rewarding the wicked, what they have done to us, and no one has been more wicked to us than Edom. No one has been more evil to us than our own brother. I call him my uncle, Uncle Esau. Our cousins, the Edomites, they have did us worse than any other nation. We're gonna close out here for the day. Isaiah 40, and this chapter is chock full of nuggets, and this is what we're holding on to.
Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 1 says, comfort ye, Amah, my people, saith Yahweh. Speak ye priests to the heart of Yerushalayim, comfort her, for her humiliation is accomplished, Her sin is put away.
Speak to Jerusalem. Speak to my people. The church is not listed. The Baptist is not listed. The born again is not listed. He's saying, speak to the Israelites. Speak to the Israelites. Read on out.
Her sin is put away, for she has received of Yahweh's hand double the amount of her sin. The voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of Yahweh, make straight the paths of our Elohim. Every valley shall be filled, and every mountain and hill shall be brought low, and all the crooked ways shall become straight, and the rough places plains. And the glory or kabod la Yahweh shall appear, and all flesh shall see the salvation of Elohim, for Yahweh has spoken it. The voice of one saying, cry, and I said, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the kabod of man as the flower of grass.
So let me do this for those who may be new. For those who don't understand the text, he's saying that where'd you read it at? Verse 5. Isaiah 40:5 is saying that all flesh shall see the salvation of the Most High. And the Greco-Roman pastors is going to make it seem like this is those who have faith. This is the church. But that's when you see they have poor reading comprehension. Isaiah 40:1 gives you the context of who's seeing the salvation. Isaiah 40:1, the Most High tells Isaiah, speak to my people, the Israelites. Tell my priests, not the ones wearing white collars, not the ones in black gowns with white collars. Those ain't the priests of the Most High. Those are priests of Baal. So those pastors dressed up in those Catholic outfits, even the women who are doing it, those are priests of Baal. They're not priests of the Most High. The people seeing the salvation are the Israelites. Us nappy hair, dark skin, big nose, beautiful shades of brown. We are the ones who are going to see the salvation of the Most High. Let's kick it, keep it in context. Let's kick it, keep it in context. This is for the Israelites. Read on out.
And I believe it's saying that we shall see Yahweh Shai.
Khan, I would have to agree with you.
Yeah. So it says, the glory of Yahweh shall appear, and all the flesh shall see the salvation of the Most High, for Yahweh has spoken it. The voice of one saying, cry. And I said, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the glory of man as the flower of grass. The grass withers, and the flower fades, but the word of our Elohim abides forever. O you that bringest glad tidings to Tazawan, go up on the high mountain, lift up your voice with strength. You that bringest glad tidings to Yerushalayim, lift it up, fear not. Say unto the cities of Yahweh, behold, your Elohim, behold, Yahweh. Yahweh is coming with strength, and his arm with power. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. He shall tend his flock as a shepherd, and he shall gather the lambs with his arm, Yahweh Shai, and shall soothe them that are with young, who has measured the water in his hand, and the heaven with a span, and all the earth in a handful, who has weighed the mountains in scales, and the forest in a balance, who has known the mind of Yahweh, and who has been his counselor to instruct him, or with whom has he taken counsel, and he has instructed him. Or
so this ain't no Trinity.
La'ah.
This is a plain read of the text. I could have added this. Actually, Yah willing, if he spares my life, I'm going to do a DCD short Trinity 2, because there's just so more to pull out. But this right here, Isaiah 40:14, it clearly cuts the Trinity. Verse 13, Isaiah 40:13. Who has known the mind of the Most High, and who has been his counselor to instruct him? Or with whom has he taken counsel, and he has instructed him? The Most High doesn't have no counselors. The Most High gives orders. He gives orders to his son, and his son is the first servant to carry out the orders. This is, Father, help your people. Father, please remove the blindness from your people. These people, we got so-called Israelites talking about there's a Trinity, and you can't find me no text. You're going to take me to all the verses that you think are hard verses, and you're going to exegete. You're going to draw your own conclusion that right here is saying that he is God. No, it's not. You're saying the verse is saying that. We're reading verses saying no one instructs the Most High. No one has been his counselor. He has no partners. He is the great I am. All praise. Read on up.
Verse 15 or verse 14, with whom has he taken counsel, and he has instructed him, or who has taught him judgment, or who has taught him the way of understanding? Nobody. Since all the nations
Nobody.
since all the nations are counted as a drop from a bucket, and as the turning of a balance, and shall be counted as spittle, and
Lebanon.
Lebanon is not enough to burn, nor all beasts enough for the whole burnt offering, and all the nations are as nothing and counted as nothing. To whom have you compared Yahweh? And with what likeness have you compared him? Has not the artificer made an image, or the goldsmith, having melted gold, gilt it over, and made it a similitude? For the artificer chooses out of a wood that will not rot, and will wisely inquire how he shall set up his image, and that so that it should not be moved. Will you know not, or will you not know? Will you not hear? Has it not been told of you of old? Have you not known the foundations of the Arataza? It is he that comprehends the circle of the Arataza,
Mm.
and the inhabitants in it are as grasshoppers. He that set up the Shemayim as a chamber, and stretched it out as a tent to dwell in. He that appoints princes to rule as nothing, and has made the Arataza as nothing. For they shall not plant, neither shall they sow, neither shall their root be fixed in the ground. He has blown upon them, and they are withered, and a storm shall carry them away like sticks.
Mm.
Now then, to whom have you compared me, that I may be exalted, saith the Holy One? Lift up your eyes on high, and see who has displayed all these things, even he that brings forth his host by number. He shall call them all by name, by means of his great glory, and by the power of his might. Nothing has escaped thee. For say not thou, O Jacob, and why hast thou spoken, Israel, saying, my way is hid from Yah, and my Elohim has taken away my judgment, and has departed. And now have you not known, have you not heard, the eternal Elohim, the Elohim that formed the ends of the Arataza, shall not hunger nor be weary, and there is no searching of his understanding.
Mm.
He gives strength to the hungry, and sorrow to them that are not suffering. For the young men shall hunger, and the youth shall be weary, and the choice men shall be powerless. But they that wait on Elohim shall renew their strength. They shall put forth new feathers like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not hunger.
All praises to the great I am. This whole chapter is a contrast between the Gentile nations and the Israelites. The Gentile nations, he's saying they're gonna blow away as stubble in the wind when a strong storm comes. But my people Israel, I'm calling y'all by name. I know the number I'm looking for. I know how many souls I require, and I'm going to gather them, and they're going to be established in this earth for holiness again. This whole chapter is comparing us to the world, and he clearly is showing that the nations are nothing. It says spittle. The nations to him are a drop in the bucket. It's like we done said this for years now. You imagine carrying a bucket of water through your yard, and the bucket, of course, a couple drops are gonna fall from the bucket. You ain't gonna stop and try to gather those drops. You're gonna keep going and carry the mass of the water to where you gotta go. That's what he said the other nations are. They're just a drop in the bucket. But then he finished the chapter with, but the children of Israel, I know all your hosts by name and number, and you're gonna be glorious. This is our oaths and covenants. This is what we're holding on to. This is why you can't be out here running to their soup lines. We're giving out free food. You're hungry? I just posted something on Facebook earlier where our elders were supposed to be getting this education. They locked the elders up in this dormitory and set it on fire. It's time. We are at war with these nations. The Most High, the east winds are blowing. These nations know their time is at hand. You can't be just so blind. Oh yeah, they said, oh, if you need some more food, if you need some blankets, they were giving out our ancestors. Next week, they're celebrating Thanksgiving. And these same devils gave our ancestors blankets filled with smallpox to kill them. It's time for us to wake up as a people. I don't care who hears this. I don't care who tries to edit this. The Most High is still going to wake us up. He's still going to make sure we're okay. But it's time for us as the holy people to wake up to the fact that we're not these people, and these people know it. We're the only ones that didn't know it. They know we're not them. That's why they've been keeping these campaigns, pork, the other white meat. That's why they put swine in everything. Swine in bread, swine in your products, swine in your car. We are not these people. We have oaths and covenants, not of this system. I pray somebody got some understanding of the water rabah for your service, the water rabah for the patients with the technical difficulties. I can't say for sure, but man, that was very ironic that we're going back into oaths and covenants, and the router wire just breaks out. The whole coaxial prong just broke off the router. I mean, the Most High, I don't know, but as soldiers, we soldier on, and the Most High was with us. I pray someone got some understanding. Any comments or questions about today's oaths and covenants?
Kai, can I be heard clearly?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to just say, call your dot like how about Shami I was shy for his goodness, mercy endures forever. All praises for this class. I just want to be a witness to just this whole class, really. And Joyce, she's at work right now, but she's my witness. I just told her the day before yesterday that, if we were in the land, we would have all of these laws known by heart. We would know them like the back of our hand. I literally said that word for word. I said also, of course, we would use prophecies to watch. While we're over here, we have the prophecies to watch and pray so we'll know what's going on. We don't get blindsided by nothing. But when we're home, we'll have the laws, Torah, and know those like the back of our hand. That's what the Most High commanded us to diligently teach our children. Talk about it day and night. Talk about it when you wake up, when you lay down, when you're at the dinner table, when you're walking in the way. Put it in the forms of music so it'll be easy to remember. So this class was edifying, very edifying for me. And I just thank the Most High because these are the confirmations that, when your soul starts to feel uneasy, the Most High just gives you comfort by just showing you these gestures that he's with us. And this definitely was one of them. So all praises.
All praises. It's definitely something, and I'm glad you said that because I had it in my mental notes to tell the parents who have the children, like Lawaya is doing. Martel had that praise report with little Samson, because most of us in our group, we're inching towards the other side of life. The Most High said because sin, our days would be blessed to see. I think it was 70. If our years are 70, anything beyond 70 years in this earth suit is an extra special blessing. What you say,
75.
75, our years be 75. So many of us are inching towards the other side of life. So it is imperative that we rehearse these oaths and covenants to the children, to the next generation. Because if we're not the ones who are going to see Yahweh Shah second coming, we want the children, the babies, to be adept, skilled in prophecy, because they're coming up. Our grandchildren now, they're born with AI. They got AI in their hands, before they can even talk well. So we have to rehearse these oaths and covenants. This is our bread and butter. This is what we're standing on. The water rabbi for that comment. May the Most High be with you. Any others? Any others before we close out?
Just because you just said something about if we wasn't the ones to see when Yahweh Shah come back. I was talking to Zamaria about that like a week ago or two, and I was telling him, that's why like having your legacy or having your children and stuff like that is so important, because I was just saying how, you let's say you die in the faith, and they see the Exodus or whatever the case may be, they're already over there in the land alive when they see the salvation. But the people who died in the faith is going to be resurrected, and I'm like, imagine how great it would be for you when you resurrect and then you see your people that you left behind that actually made it. So we was having like a deep conversation about that. Like it's just unimaginable. Like
Yeah,
you, either side, either way, whichever side you on, if you decide that it was alive or if you decide that
yeah.
resurrected, and we seeing like, oh, I got this, and then they like, yeah, I built this house, pop. I prepared this land for you. It get deep when you think about it,
Yeah.
man. It's man,
It,
it's just
it's
something.
going to be a lot of snot crying, snot bubbles coming out our nose. Man, when you see, your loved ones resurrect, and especially those of us, it's like that parable about the workers at the midnight hour. They come at the last hour and still get the same reward. I don't think any of us going to care about that. The fact that we see each other, we knew each other on the other side, then we resurrect and we're here. It's going to be a glorious time. It's going to be a glorious time, man. I mean, I pray we are here to see the second coming. I think we are going to be the ones, if most of us stay healthy and Most High bless us. I think we are going to see the second coming, because I'm just watching prophecy like every week. I do try to listen to the New Testament at work, and but it's mostly to expose the poor translations. Like to this day, I'm just finding more and more bad translations of those verses. But I spend a bulk of my time in the prophets, and it's like, man, I see the Most High lining things up. Especially if you're just paying attention to the world powers, the world leaders now, he's slowly lining things up. And like Isaiah 14, the people are going to help us. Like that, Salaki, I'm going to call her a sister. Like that lady we was watching at the beginning of class, she seems to have a good heart about her. And I'm not sure. I don't know her. I haven't met her. But like I said, for her to go and she has I think it's a two-part expose on the Israelites of Demona. To me, it seems like she's very COINTELPRO and she's trained, or she's genuinely trying to show people that Jews come in all types of varieties, and we know for her purposes it sounds good, but for our purposes it's not true. And we're not saying you can't attach to us, but we have to right side the ship. We have to right side the ship because the Most High demands that. So she could be an ally helping us along the way. But I hope we're here to see the second coming. But Most High will be done. The water of Rabbah for your help. I can't pay you for your service, but I love you with a Yali love for all your sacrifice. Anybody else before we close out? Any last comments before we close out?